You already know your student's iPad is managed by their teachers and the school's IT team during the day. But what about when they bring it home? That's where Jamf Parent comes in. Hi, I'm Kirsten, and in this video, I'll show you how to use the Jamf Parent app to support your student's device use outside of school hours. At Jamf, we strive to help organizations like your child's school succeed with Apple devices. We also know it can be a little nerve-wracking when your child brings a new device home, thinking about everything they might be able to access. So we make it easy for you, the parent, to decide how that device can be used outside of school. Let's dive in and take a look at the Jamf Parent app to see how it all works. First, we need to download and set up the Jamf Parent app. Jamf Parent is available in both the App Store for iOS and iPadOS, as well as the Google Play Store for Android. Go ahead and download it now on the device you want to use to manage your child's Apple device. You can pause here and come back once the download finishes. Ready? When you open the Jamf Parent app for the first time, you'll be walked through a quick setup assistant that will explain the privacy policy and make sure your device has the correct settings for the app to function properly. On each page, we explain why that particular feature needs to be enabled, so you know exactly what's happening on your device. Now that you've configured the appropriate permissions, it's time to add your child's device to your Jamf Parent app. Tap Get Started to begin. On your child's device, open the app titled Jamf Student. In the bottom left corner of the Jamf Student app, tap your student's name. Here you will find an Authorize Parent option. Tap that and a QR code will appear. On your device with Jamf Parent installed, tap Scan QR code. You'll need to allow access to your device's camera so Jamf Parent can scan the QR code. Position your device so the camera can scan the QR code on your child's device, and a box will appear to confirm that you want to manage this device. Add a name for your child's device, then tap Confirm to continue. The device will be added to the home page of your Jamf Parent app. If you have more than one child with a school-issued device, you can add additional devices from the home page of Jamf Parent by tapping the parent icon, and then tap Add Child. Now that your child's device is added to your Jamf Parent app, it's time to start learning what you can do with it. On the home page of your Jamf Parent app, we can see your child's device information at the very top, including the device type and battery level. There are also 4 menu options on the home page: Websites, Restrictions, Allowed Apps, and Device Rules. Websites will give you the ability to customize which websites are allowed or blocked on your child's iPad. You are able to configure which website URLs are allowed or blocked by toggling between their respective filtering method here. By setting allowed websites, your child will only be able to access those selected websites. By setting blocked websites, your child's device will be able to access all websites except those blocked. Next, we'll look at restrictions. Restrictions will allow you to disable specific app categories and device functionality on demand. For example, if you don't want your child using social media right now, you can tap the plus icon within this category, then tap Apply, and any apps categorized as social media will immediately be restricted. Keep in mind that some apps your child uses for homework might fall under one of these categories, but don't worry. If an important homework app disappears when you restrict one of these categories, you can change your approach to ensure that they have the apps they need and none of the apps you don't want them to have. More on this later. In addition to restricting app categories, you can also use Jamf Parent to restrict certain device functionality. Keep in mind, you do not have to do this in addition to configuring allowed apps, which we'll do next. However, you can choose to restrict device functionality if you're only looking to disable certain features. Scroll down to the device functionality section and tap the plus icon associated with the features you'd like to restrict, such as camera, messages, FaceTime, and Game Center. Because we have an allowed website configured, we cannot restrict Safari. If you wanted to also restrict Safari, you would want to remove the allowed website first. By simply restricting Safari, you can effectively block internet access from your child's device. Now, as before, tap Apply to confirm your choices. Next, let's look at allowed apps. Within allowed apps, you can specify one or more apps to lock the device into for a chosen period of time. Tap Add First App to allow to begin. If, for example, your child has reading homework they need to complete, you can choose whichever app your child uses for their reading, set a time limit for the restriction, then tap Apply. Your child's device is now locked into the chosen reading app until the time limit is up. What if they need to take notes too? Tap the plus icon within Allowed Apps, add the app they use to take notes, and tap Apply again. The timer will reset on your device, and your child will now have access to their reading and notes apps until the time limit is up. If they finish their homework early, just tap the minus icon next to each allowed app, and the restrictions will be lifted. Next up, let's look at device rules. It's great to be able to set restrictions on demand, but what if you don't want to manually enable allowed apps or restrictions every day? That's where device rules come in. Device rules allow you to configure restrictions to apply automatically during a specified window of time. Let's see how this works. To create a new device rule, tap Create Device Rules. Choose day and time to create a device rule that automatically applies at certain times. From here, you can select any of these categories from before, or choose a custom set of apps. For our example, let's tap Custom, then tap Next. To choose the apps you'd like to allow, tap them from this list. Let's say you want a bedtime device rule for your child's device. We're going to select the Clock app and Calendar app. Now we need to choose a window of time for the device rule to apply. You can select specific days of the week for this rule to be active, as well as the time for this rule to start and end each day. Alternatively, if you want a rule to apply at all times outside of school hours, you can select Always. Because your Jamf parent controls only apply outside of school hours, your child will never be prevented from doing their schoolwork during class time. Let's configure this bedtime device rule to run on weekdays between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. Then tap Next. One last step. Give your device rule a clear name to indicate what the rule will do. Once you've named the device rule and confirmed your choices, tap Save. Now that you've created the device rule, Jamf Parent will enforce it automatically during your chosen time window. If you need to set up additional rules, just repeat the process. And that's it for our journey through the Jamf Parent app. Hopefully by now you're feeling a bit less worried about your child's new device and a bit more excited by the possibilities you and your child have with Jamf Parent. If there were any features you saw in this video that you didn't have access to on your device, reach out to your child's school for help. Additionally, the steps we went over in this video can also be found in the Jamf Parent Guide for Parents by tapping the parent icon in the top left of the app and selecting Support Documents. We at Jamf are proud to be working with your school to provide a more engaging and interactive learning experience for students, and we're excited to help you be a part of that experience as well. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the Jamf family.